Cha Jung-Hyuk's life was once full of success and recognition. He was one of Korea's top makeup artists, working with famous personalities, and running his own salon that was considered a symbol of success in the beauty world. However, his pursuit of perfection and uncompromising standards led to unexpected consequences. Jung-Hyuk's business failed. He fell into debt, lost his reputation, and was forced to close his salon. Now he's at a crossroads, not knowing how to get back on track. At the same time, we are introduced to Soo-yeon, a young girl who has spent 10 years pursuing her dream of becoming an idol. She spent most of her youth as an internet agency, but her hopes were dashed after a scandal involving an unfair accusation of unworthy behavior. The incident ruined her reputation in the entertainment industry and forced her to give up on her dreams. Soo-yeon finds herself in a similar position. She has lost everything she aspired to and now doesn't know how to move forward. Looking for a new path, Soo-yeon decides to try her hand at the beauty industry, seeing it as a chance for a fresh start. Her first step is to work as an assistant to Jung-Hyuk, who has opened a small salon and is trying to rebuild his career. At first sight of Soo-yeon, he doesn't see her as a professional. She seems inexperienced and far from the makeup world he is used to working in. Jung-Hyuk is skeptical of her abilities because she comes from a completely different world, the world of music and the stage. However, Soo-yeon quickly adapts to her new surroundings. She shows an interest in makeup and has an amazing ability to learn. Her diligence and eagerness to learn new things catches Jung-Hyuk's attention, and his attitude towards her begins to change. He sees more and more potential in her that was not immediately apparent. Gradually, a trust develops between them, based on working together and supporting each other. While Soo-yeon learns the finer points of makeup, Jung-Hyuk faces new challenges as he tries to rebuild his name in the industry. Opening a new salon doesn't bring him instant success as he had hoped. Competition in the beauty world is fierce and his past accomplishments now mean nothing. He realizes that simply opening a new salon is not enough. He needs to offer something unique to attract clients and regain his former glory. However, his inner doubts and frustrations keep him on his toes. In the midst of these difficulties, Soo-yeon becomes Jung-Hyuk's inspiration. She supports him with her enthusiasm, making him more confident in his abilities. Together, they start making plans to attract new clients and create a style of work that will set their salon apart from others. Jung-Hyuk realizes that Soo-yeon's new perspective on the industry can help him get back on top. At the same time, Soo-yeon begins to rethink her life. Her pursuit of music, which used to define her entire existence, begins to give way to a new interest, the art of makeup. She sees how makeup can not only change a person's appearance, but also give them confidence and help them express themselves. She finds something in the world of beauty that gives her the very joy she was looking for on stage. This transformation helps her deal with past disappointment and find a new purpose. Deeper feelings gradually develop between Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon. He begins to realize that his affection for her goes beyond a normal professional relationship. She has become an important part of his life, not only as an assistant but also as someone who has given him back his confidence. Soo-yeon, in turn, finds in Jung-Hyuk a mentor and someone who helps her grow and develop in her new field. When an important client shows up at the salon, Jung-Hyuk makes a risky decision. He assigns Soo-yeon to do the makeup for the client, giving her a chance to prove herself. This is a challenge for Soo-yeon, as she must prove that she can handle a professional task. So this is her first serious step towards becoming not just an assistant but a real master. Jung-Hyuk, meanwhile, has his own doubts about whether he can trust someone else with the responsibility of a job that is so important to him. After Cha Jung-Hyuk assigns Soo-yeon her first serious job with an important client, they both look forward to the results. Soo-yeon tries her best and the client is pleased with her work, which not only boosts Soo-yeon's confidence in her abilities, but also builds Jung-Hyuk's trust in her. He admits that her ability to adapt and learn quickly has been a real gift to his salon. However, not everyone in the salon is happy with how quickly Soo-yeon is progressing. Some employees who have been working with Jung-Hyuk for a long time are beginning to feel threatened by the newcomer, and the atmosphere is becoming tense. Kim Dong-min, one of the salon's top makeup artists, openly expresses her displeasure, believing that Soo-yeon does not deserve the opportunities she is given. Jung-Hyuk decides not to get involved in these conflicts, believing that Soo-yeon will be able to handle herself, but this creates more difficulties for her. Soo-yeon faces criticism and jealousy from some of her colleagues who question her talents and professionalism. This puts her in a difficult position. She wants to prove that her success is not a fluke, but the pressure from other co-workers is starting to take its toll on her confidence. Soo-yeon begins to doubt herself, even though her work with clients continues to receive good reviews. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk notices a change in Soo-yeon's behavior and decides to take action. He realizes that she faces envy and criticism, but instead of just telling her that she's doing well, he offers to put her through another challenge. He tasks her with doing makeup for a celebrity model's photo shoot, which will be a test of her abilities under greater responsibility. This is an important step for Soo-yeon. Working with a model at this level requires the utmost concentration and professionalism. The photo shoot is a success and Soo-yeon receives praise, not only from the model, but also from the photographers and others involved in the shoot. This success gives her the confidence she needs to continue to grow in her profession. However, the envy of her colleagues does not disappear and the conflict with Kim Dong-min continues to grow. He decides to put Soo-yeon in a bad situation by sabotaging one of her orders to make her look bad in front of Jung-Hyuk. Despite these obstacles, Soo-yeon begins to feel that her place in the salon is no accident. She realizes that her work brings joy to the customers and makes them feel better about themselves. Meanwhile, her relationship with Jung-Hyuk continues to deepen as they understand each other more and more and their trust grows. Soo-yeon begins to see him not only as a mentor, but as someone with whom she can share her dreams and hopes. For Jung-Hyuk, this is also a pivotal time. Despite his inner doubts about his future and the success of the salon, he sees Soo-yeon helping him, not only professionally, but also inspiring him to take the next steps. For the first time in a long time, he feels that his work can be joyful and meaningful again. However, his relationship with Soo-yeon begins to take on a new hue, which raises the question for him, are his professional and personal feelings beginning to mix? After Soo-yeon accepts the offer to become a full-fledged makeup artist at the salon, she faces new horizons but also new challenges. Now she must prove that she has earned the position not only with her enthusiasm but also with her talent. Although Jung-Hyuk has full confidence in her abilities, the other staff members continue to look at her with suspicion. Kim Dong-min is still hostile and decides to give Soo-yeon another test to undermine her reputation. Another complication is the increased workload. Soo-yeon is now getting more clients and has to perform well in every job. She encounters a situation where she is assigned to work with an important client, a celebrity who requires flawless makeup for a social event. This task makes her anxious. She realizes that any wrong move could cost her her job and Jung-Hyuk's trust. However, despite her fear, Soo-yeon decides that she will do her best to justify her trust. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk continues to grow his business. He thinks about expanding the salon, but is faced with the fact that it requires not only money, but also new ideas. Realizing that the standard approach won't give him a leg up on the competition, he starts looking for ways to make his salon unique. Soo-yeon, seeing his doubts and difficulties, offers some ideas to improve the service. Jung-Hyuk appreciates her input, realizing that her perspective is fresh and can attract a new audience. On the day of an important event, Soo-yeon is grooming a celebrity and extra pressure is put on her. Kim Dong-min, who has been waiting for a chance to make her look bad for a long time, decides to set up the incident. He deliberately gives Soo-yeon the wrong information about his client's preferences, hoping that it will lead to failure. Soo-yeon is faced with unexpected demands and almost loses control of the situation. But through her intuition and skills, she finds a solution. The makeup is so successful that the client is more than satisfied and Soo-yeon receives praise, which only strengthens her position in the salon. After this success, Soo-yeon begins to feel more confident, but the pressure doesn't go away. Kim Dong-min continues to intrigue against her, which leads to an open conflict between them. He accuses her of being inexperienced and insinuates that her success is temporary. Soo-yeon, who is used to avoiding conflict, decides to respond to his attacks for the first time. She declares that she has earned her position through hard work and not by chance. She is no longer afraid to stand up for her rights and her place in the team. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk begins to notice that his feelings for Soo-yeon are becoming more complicated. He tries to keep his distance to keep their professional relationship at the forefront, but increasingly realizes that his affection for her goes beyond mentoring her. This causes him an internal conflict. On the one hand, he sees her as a talented and dedicated colleague, but on the other hand, he cannot ignore the personal feelings that arise. Amidst these changes, Kang Do-jin, Soo-yeon's old friend who has always supported her dream of becoming a singer, comes back into her life. He has just signed a contract with a new agency and begins to convince Soo-yeon that she still has a chance to return to the stage. He suggests she try her hand at the music world again, assuring her that her past scandal can be forgotten. Soo-yeon has new doubts about whether she really belongs in the beauty industry or whether she should give her old dream a chance. Jung-Hyuk, after hearing about Kang Do-jin's return and his attempts to bring Soo-yeon back into the music world, begins to feel uneasy. He realizes that her leaving the salon could be a serious loss for him, not only professionally but also personally. However, he tries not to show his feelings by supporting Soo-yeon in her decision. Whatever it may be, this only intensifies his inner conflict. After Soo-yeon temporarily turns down Kang Do-jin's offer to return to the music industry, she decides to focus on her work as a makeup artist. Her successes are noticeable among the clients as well as in the salon itself. She is no longer just an assistant but a professional who is trusted with important orders. However, her inner conflict about giving up music keeps her on her toes. She begins to wonder whether she has chosen the right path as a makeup artist or whether she should go back to her dream. In the meantime, the salon is holding a contest to find the best makeover for a client, and each of the employees has to take part. Jung-Hyuk sees this as a great opportunity for Soo-yeon to showcase her talent and confirm her place among the best makeup artists. However, despite their confidence in her abilities, some of the employees still doubt her potential, and the contest becomes a test for her. Soo-yeon decides to take part, even though she feels anxious. She knows that this could be a chance not only to prove her professional skills, but also to show the others that she deserves to be here. However, her inner doubts and peer pressure begin to affect her preparation. Kim Dong-min, who is still unhappy with her progress, openly expresses his disdain, pointing out her inexperience and suggesting that she will fail. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk notices that Soo-yeon is losing confidence and decides to intervene. He gives her some individualized training sessions, helping her find her own style and makeup and gain more confidence in her abilities. During these training sessions, their relationship grows closer, and Jung-Hyuk begins to realize that his feelings for her are becoming more personal. Despite this, he decides to support her as a mentor without showing his true emotions. As Soo-yeon prepares for the pageant, he faces another challenge. One of her clients demands makeup that goes beyond her usual style, and Soo-yeon must come up with something new and creative to satisfy her request. This assignment is a real challenge for her, but also an opportunity to unleash her creativity. On the day of the competition, Soo-yeon is very excited, but thanks to Jung-Hyuk's support and her new knowledge, she is up to the challenge. Her transformation as a customer impresses not only the judges but also the other staff members. Kim Dong-min, who expected her to fail, is forced to recognize her talent, although he finds it hard to do so. Soo-yeon wins the competition, and this is an important step in her professional development. The victory brings Soo-yeon not only recognition at the salon, but also an invitation from a famous fashion brand to participate in a major photo shoot. So this event opens up new opportunities for her in the world of fashion and makeup. However, along with her success, she has doubts about whether she should continue working as a makeup artist or try to return to her music career. Meanwhile, Kang Do-jin continues to try to convince Soo-yeon that she belongs on stage. He shares the news of his successful debut with her and offers her a second chance, assuring her that they can perform together. This conversation intensifies Soo-yeon's inner conflict. Her heart is torn between her new career as a makeup artist and her long-held dream of becoming a singer. Jung-Hyuk notices that Soo-yeon is starting to have doubts again, and although he is concerned about her possible return to the music industry, he decides to support her in whatever choice she makes. He sees that for her, this moment is becoming pivotal in determining her future. Despite his personal feelings, Jung-Hyuk tries not to interfere with her decisions, but his concern grows. After successfully completing the makeup competition, which was an important milestone in Soo-yeon's career development, the relationship between her and Jung-Hyuk continues to grow. Despite tense moments in the team and conflicts with Kim Dong-min, Soo-yeon is now confident in her career choice. Her talent begins to attract new clients, and this raises the prestige of the salon. However, her success causes even more tension among some of the staff, especially Kim Dong-min, who continues to be jealous of her quick popularity. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk becomes increasingly aware of his feelings for Soo-yeon. He begins to feel more than just professional sympathy for her. Despite his attempts to maintain a professional distance, his affection for her becomes obvious. But he is still hesitant to open up to her, fearing that it might complicate their working relationship. These internal conflicts keep him at a distance, although Soo-yeon notices that he is becoming more attentive and caring toward her. Soo-yeon herself is not immediately aware of the change between them. She is still focused on her new profession, but she begins to feel that her relationship with Jung-Hyuk is taking on a new color. Despite this, she tries to focus on her career and help Jung-Hyuk regain the salon's former glory. During this period, Soo-yeon faces another important challenge. A client comes to the salon with very specific requests that require a special approach. She is known for her high standards and capricious nature, which makes Soo-yeon anxious. The assignment is a serious challenge for her, as not only her reputation but also the reputation of the salon depends on the success of her work. Kim Dong-min, who harbors a grudge, tries to undermine her success again by giving her wrong advice about the client's preferences. However, Soo-yeon, trusting her instincts and the experience she has accumulated, is up to the task. The client is satisfied, and her positive feedback attracts new clients to the salon. This success is a new step in Soo-yeon's career and confirms her place in the beauty world. She is no longer the shy girl she was at the beginning of her journey. Amidst these professional successes, Soo-yeon's personal life begins to change. Kang Do-jin, her longtime friend and former colleague, continues to support her. He keeps trying to convince her to return to music, believing that her talent should not be wasted. He offers her another opportunity to return to the stage, which makes Soo-yeon think about her future again. She realizes that her feelings for music are still strong, and Kang Do-jin's offer is tempting, but there's more to the beauty world than her accomplishments and new confidence. While Soo-yeon wavers between the two worlds, Jung-Hyuk notices that his feelings for her are becoming more and more apparent. He becomes jealous of Kang Do-jin, feeling that the latter might bring Soo-yeon back to the world of music, which could mean that she will be out of his life. However, Jung-Hyuk realizes that he has no right to impose his feelings on her and tries to support her in whatever choices she makes. This internal struggle makes his relationship with Soo-yeon more strained, though they both won't admit it out loud yet. Soo-yeon is faced with a difficult choice: stay in the beauty industry, where she has already achieved a lot, or return to her longtime dream of becoming a singer. She feels pressure from Kang Do-jin, who convinces her that she can regain her fame and sees his sincere desire to help her. At the same time, her success at the salon and Jung-Hyuk's support give her confidence that she has found a new calling. After Soo-yeon receives an offer to record a solo album, she finds herself in a difficult situation. Her whole world is split into two directions again. On the one hand, she's been successful in the beauty industry, and on the other hand, her long-held dream of a singing career has resurfaced. Kang Do-jin insists that she has every chance to succeed in music, but Soo-yeon is afraid of losing the confidence she has just gained in her new profession. These inner doubts cause Soo-yeon to become more withdrawn. Jung-Hyuk, who has long noticed the changes in her behavior, worries that her thoughts are preoccupied with something that might take her away from their world. He can't find the strength to confess his feelings, but realizes that he may soon lose her if she decides to return to music. Despite this, Jung-Hyuk doesn't try to interfere with her choices, but tries to be supportive and not impose his emotions. Meanwhile, changes are brewing at the salon. Rumors that Soo-yeon may be returning to the music world are beginning to spread among the staff, and it's causing them to have new doubts. Kim Dong-min, who continues to be jealous of her success, sees this as a chance to finally get rid of her rival and regain the attention of the customers. He starts spreading rumors that Soo-yeon will soon leave the salon, which increases tension among his colleagues. Meanwhile, Soo-yeon decides that she needs time to think things over. She decides to take a short vacation to gather her thoughts and make an informed choice. Jung-Hyuk tries not to show how much he cares about this decision, but inside he feels anxious. He realizes that this vacation could be a turning point, and she might not return to the salon. Nevertheless, he tries to maintain a professional distance even though his personal feelings for her continue to deepen. During her vacation, Soo-yeon spends a lot of time with Kang Do-jin, who persistently suggests that she try her hand at music again. They discuss possible moves, plan the future of the album, and meet with producers. However, a feeling of insecurity grows inside Soo-yeon. She realizes that despite her long-time dream of becoming a singer, she is no longer drawn to the stage the way she used to be. She realizes that the world of beauty, where she has found her place and acceptance, has become a new passion for her. During one of her meetings with Kang Do-jin, she confesses to him that she no longer feels the same fire for music as she once did. She is inspired by working with people and how she can help others express themselves through makeup. So this candor becomes a turning point for herself. Although the offer to record an album was tempting, Soo-yeon realizes that her true calling is now in makeup. Returning to the salon after her vacation, Soo-yeon decides to talk to Jung-Hyuk with renewed confidence. She tells him about her decision to give up her music career and devote herself fully to working at the salon. This conversation becomes important to both of them. Jung-Hyuk realizes that Soo-yeon has made a choice in favor of their business, and this brings him inner relief. However, he continues to hide his feelings for fear of ruining their professional relationship. As Soo-yeon and Jung-Hyuk discuss her future at the salon, they conclude that they need to develop new ideas to attract even more clients. Soo-yeon suggests several innovative solutions that can make the salon more accessible to different walks of life, which will help expand their audience. Jung-Hyuk happily accepts her ideas and feels that together they can make great strides. After Soo-yeon finally decided to devote herself to the world of makeup and gave up her music career, her work at the salon became even more successful. Clients appreciate her talent and attention to detail, and her ideas have helped Jung-Hyuk's salon gain more and more recognition. Soo-yeon feels that she has finally found her calling and is finding new happiness in what she does. However, despite her success in her professional life, her personal feelings for Jung-Hyuk are becoming more and more complicated. Jung-Hyuk, though he tries to keep his distance, becomes increasingly aware of his affection for Soo-yeon. He watches her blossom in her new business, and it makes him proud as well as anxious. His own feelings are becoming harder and harder to hide, but he's afraid of ruining the harmony they've built in their work. Soo-yeon, for his part, notices the changes in his behavior but chooses not to discuss them. focusing on his work. Meanwhile, more and more employees at the salon begin to respect Soo-yeon for her successes and contributions. Even Kim Dong-min, who had previously been jealous and disgruntled, realizes that her success is not an accident, but the result of hard work. He decides to leave his intrigues and focus on his own work, which helps to reduce tension in the team. However, the internal conflict between Soo-yeon and Jung-Hyuk's professional and personal feelings continues to grow. One day, Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon receive an offer from a major cosmetics brand that wants to collaborate with their salon to create a new makeup line. This proposal could be a breakthrough for their business, and they decide to work together on the project. This collaboration not only brings them closer together professionally, but also intensifies their personal feelings, which become increasingly difficult to ignore. While working on the project, Soo-yeon and Jung-Hyuk spend a lot of time together discussing ideas and creating new images. Their work together goes smoothly, but emotional tension builds between them. They both realize that their relationship goes beyond professional, but neither of them dares to make the first move. Both fear that their confession of feelings could upset the balance they have worked so hard to create. As the project progresses, they face a number of challenges. The brand's requirements prove to be far more complex than they expected, and deadlines are tight. Nevertheless, through their combined efforts and support for each other, they overcome these challenges. Their work becomes successful, and the brand is satisfied with the result. This success brings new perspectives for the salon, which further strengthens their position in the industry. After completing a successful collaboration with the cosmetics brand, Jung-Hyuk's salon begins to gain even more clients and attract attention in the industry. Soo-yeon feels that she and Jung-Hyuk are becoming a stronger team, but at the same time she is concerned about the emotional distance that still remains between them. Mutual feelings remain unexpressed, and this creates internal tension for both of them. Meanwhile, Kang Do-jin, Soo-yeon's friend, reappears in her life, this time with new news. He reveals that he has signed a contract with a major music company and is now working with successful artists. He's genuinely happy for Soo-yeon's success in makeup, but still thinks her talent in music shouldn't go to waste. He again suggests that she return to the industry and try her hand as a singer, saying that with his support, she has a good chance of success. Soo-yeon once again finds herself at a crossroads. Although she has already chosen to enter the beauty industry, Kang Do-jin's proposal makes her think twice. She begins to doubt whether her path is definite. Jung-Hyuk notices her hesitation and feels that Soo-yeon might leave again, even though they have just achieved success together. He tries not to show his emotions, but his anxiety grows. They still haven't discussed their feelings, and this makes things even worse. Amidst these inner doubts, Jung-Hyuk faces new problems. His business is booming, but he needs to find additional funds to expand the salon. He decides to approach potential investors to strengthen the company's financial base. Soo-yeon, seeing his tense state, supports him in these negotiations by offering his ideas on how to further develop the business. Together, they discuss expansion plans, and this strengthens their partnership. Jung-Hyuk realizes that not only professionally but also emotionally he is relying on Soo-yeon more and more. One evening as they discuss their expansion plans, the conversation suddenly turns to more personal topics. Soo-yeon finally decides to ask Jung-Hyuk directly why he seems so distant all the time when it comes to their personal interactions. This moment becomes a pivotal moment for both of them. Jung-Hyuk finally decides to confess his feelings for Soo-yeon, but does so cautiously, afraid of her reaction. Jung-Hyuk's confession makes Soo-yeon think about her own feelings. She realizes that her affection for Jung-Hyuk is much deeper than she thought, and that their relationship has gone far beyond the usual professional partnership. She admits that she also has strong feelings for him, but fears that their romantic relationship could ruin everything they've built together. Both realize that they face an important choice: risk their feelings for possible happiness or maintain the status quo to preserve a successful business. Despite their complicated emotions, they decide to give their feelings a chance. However, they both realize that their new phase of their relationship requires caution so as not to affect their work and their team. They agree to move gradually without publicizing their relationship in the salon, so as not to create tension among the employees. After confessing their feelings to each other, Soo-yeon and Jung-Hyuk continue to work together, but their relationship becomes more strained. They agree not to publicize their romance so as not to cause unnecessary problems at the salon, but this decision brings its own complications. Now they have to balance their personal lives with their professional responsibilities, trying not to let their feelings affect their work. Meanwhile, Kim Dong-min increasingly notices changes in Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon's behavior, which makes him suspicious. He becomes even more irritated and starts spreading rumors among the staff, insinuating that Soo-yeon's success is due to her relationship with her boss rather than her professional skills. These rumors begin to affect the staff, and tension builds in the salon. Some coworkers begin to question the fairness of the division of tasks and the trust placed in Soo-yeon. Soo-yeon feels that the situation is becoming unbearable. Her talent and professional achievements are questioned despite her efforts and successes. She faces rejection from some of her colleagues, and it begins to affect her confidence. At one point, after a particularly stressful day at work, Soo-yeon decides to talk to Jung-Hyuk about what is going on in the team. She openly expresses her concerns, realizing that their relationship has become a source of problems for the entire salon. Jung-Hyuk realizes that they are in a difficult situation. He wholeheartedly supports Soo-yeon and knows that her successes are the result of her hard work, but rumors and tension are growing within the team. He realizes that hiding their relationship no longer makes sense, and that they need to talk openly with the team to clear up misunderstandings. He offers to discuss everything with the staff and put an end to the gossip. But Soo-yeon is hesitant, fearing that it will only make things worse. While Soo-yeon and Jung-Hyuk are thinking about how to deal with the current problems, the salon has a new important client, a major celebrity who is going to an international event and wants Jung-Hyuk's team to prepare her look. This event could not only benefit the salon financially, but also enhance their reputation in the industry. Soo-yeon decides to focus on this project, putting personal issues on hold for later. Preparing for the event becomes an important challenge for Soo-yeon. She realizes that the success of working with this celebrity can put an end to all doubts and rumors. If she pulls it off, it will be a testament to her professionalism. But if something goes wrong, it will only increase the resentment of the staff. She starts to feel the pressure, but Jung-Hyuk supports her every step of the way. After Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon openly tell the team about their relationship, the tension in the salon begins to subside. Soo-yeon no longer feels under constant scrutiny and criticism, and her work brings her joy again. The clients continue to praise her talent, and the atmosphere in the team is gradually getting better. Even Kim Dong-min, after Jung-Hyuk's open confession, has softened and no longer shows any obvious displeasure. However, internal doubts still remain, and their relationship with Soo-yeon remains cool. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk continues to face professional challenges. His business is growing, but its financial and scaling needs are becoming more apparent. The salon is starting to attract new clients and demand for services is increasing. Jung-Hyuk realizes that in order to maintain this level of success, he needs to not only expand his business, but also strengthen his team. He decides to recruit new employees to handle the growing number of orders. Soo-yeon gets actively involved in the selection process of new makeup artists, and helps Jung-Hyuk with preparing training sessions for the newcomers. She realizes that their salon can be a real place for young talents to develop, as it has been for herself. Jung-Hyuk appreciates her support and ideas, especially when it comes to bringing new people into the team. He trusts her professionalism more and more and relies on her opinion when selecting new team members. However, despite their professional successes, the personal relationship between Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon becomes more complicated. They both have strong feelings for each other, but fear that their romantic connection could affect their work. Soo-yeon repeatedly thinks about how their relationship might be perceived by others, and she still has a hard time separating the personal and professional. Jung-Hyuk, on the other hand, tries not to impose his emotions on her, even though his affection for her is only growing stronger. One day, Kang Do-jin, Soo-yeon's friend, reappears in her life, reminding her of her music career. He tells her that his music project has started to gain momentum, and that its success is thanks to the support of industry professionals. He is genuinely happy for Soo-yeon's success in the beauty world, but still thinks she should try to get back into music, if only for the sake of experimentation. He even suggests that she take part in one of his concerts to remind herself that the stage can be her second passion. Soo-yeon, feeling confident in her new career, decides to accept Kang Do-jin's offer. She has no plans to return to the music world, but wants to try something new to see where her true place is. This decision causes her internal conflict. She doesn't want to disappoint Jung-Hyuk, but at the same time she feels she has to try. She realizes that the stage is a part of her past, and if she doesn't take this step, she'll never know if she's truly found her new calling. When Soo-yeon tells Jung-Hyuk about her decision, he welcomes the news with understanding, though inside he is troubled by the thought that she might go into music forever. He tries not to show his fears and supports her, telling her that she should try anything that can bring her joy and self-expression. This conversation becomes an important moment for their relationship. He realizes that he can't hold Soo-yeon back if she decides to return to the stage. On the day of the concert, Soo-yeon has mixed feelings. It's her first time on stage after a long hiatus, and memories of her former dreams are beginning to awaken. Despite the support of Kang Do-jin and Jung-Hyuk, she can't shake off her anxiety and doubts. There is a crowd waiting for her on stage, and she knows that this performance could be a life-changing moment for her. Soo-yeon realizes that her decision will not only affect her professional career, but also her personal relationship with Jung-Hyuk. which has already become an important part of her life. When Soo-yeon takes the stage, she is overcome with fear, but she quickly pulls herself together. As she performs a song and her voice fills the auditorium. However, unlike in the past, she doesn't feel the elation she once felt on stage. A realization occurs within her. The world of music she has dreamed of for so long no longer evokes the emotions that used to inspire her. Instead, she remembers how joyful she felt working as a makeup artist, helping people feel confident through the art of makeup. After the performance, Kang Do-jin approaches her with admiration, but notices not joy in her eyes, but rather relief. He realizes that music is no longer her main pursuit. Soo-yeon thanks him for his support but honestly confesses that her passion is now makeup and working at the salon with Jung-Hyuk. Kang Do-jin accepts her decision with understanding, recognizing that everyone has to find their own happiness, even if it's not what they expected before. After the concert, Soo-yeon meets up with Jung-Hyuk. He attended her performance and, despite his inner doubts, supported her all the way. Soo-yeon tells him about her final decision. She has realized that music is in her past, and now her future lies in makeup and salon. This confession brings Jung-Hyuk relief, though he tries not to show how happy he is about the decision. They both realize that their relationship can now progress without the fear of losing each other to professional choices. Meanwhile, professional changes continue at the salon. Thanks to Soo-yeon's work and a new stream of clients, the salon becomes more and more famous. Jung-Hyuk thinks about expanding and opening branches, which becomes the next big step for him. He discusses his plans with Soo-yeon and she enthusiastically supports him. Together, they begin to develop an expansion strategy, realizing that this project can not only bring financial success, but also strengthen their status in the industry. After Kim Dong-min leaves the salon, a new phase begins in the team. Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon continue to work on expanding the salon and recruiting new employees. Their training program for young makeup artists is starting to gain popularity, and it's attracting promising newcomers. The salon thrives, clients become more loyal, and the team's reputation grows by the day. Despite his professional successes, Jung-Hyuk faces difficult decisions related to investors. Expanding the business requires large investments, and negotiations with potential partners are proving difficult. Jung-Hyuk tries to maintain control of his business, but investors are demanding tough terms. He realizes that this could change the philosophy of the salon, which makes him uneasy. Soo-yeon, seeing his worries, supports him by suggesting that he consider other investment options and development strategies. They work together, discussing the possible risks and benefits of each solution. Meanwhile, Soo-yeon begins to receive more and more offers from big clients. Her success as a makeup artist grows, and she becomes in demand not only in the salon, but also outside the salon. One of the offers comes from an international cosmetics brand that offers Soo-yeon to be the face of their advertising campaign. This contract could bring her great fame and personal success, but it could also affect her work at the salon. She hesitates, realizing that this offer could change her career and personal life. When Soo-yeon tells Jung-Hyuk about the contract, he meets it with support. Though inside he worries that she might leave their business together. He realizes that her successes go beyond their salon, and he's proud that she's been able to reach this level. However, he can't shake the fear that this contract will take her into a completely different field, where she will spend less time at the salon and perhaps their paths will part. Soo-yeon begins to wonder if she is really ready to accept this offer. She realizes that it could be a huge step forward in her career. But she also realizes that her true passion is not just being the face of the brand, but helping people through makeup and working as a team with Jung-Hyuk. She doesn't want their relationship to suffer because of her pursuit of personal success, and this causes her internal conflict. Amidst these worries, Jung-Hyuk faces new problems with investors. Some of them start to show more pressure, demanding changes in the management of the salon. Jung-Hyuk feels that he is losing control of his business, and this leads to disagreements between him and his partners. Soo-yeon, realizing that Jung-Hyuk needs support, decides to put her contract plans on hold and focus on helping out at the salon. She admits to herself that it's more important to her to keep their team and their business together than to pursue personal glory. After Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon decide to develop the salon without outside investors, they both feel that they have chosen the right path. Their focus is now entirely on how to make the salon more successful without losing its uniqueness. Through their shared strategy, they begin to offer services that can appeal to a wider audience, from premium services to more affordable offerings, helping to expand their clientele. For Soo-yeon, this becomes a new motivation. Her ideas for creating programs for different types of clients resonate, and she and Jung-Hyuk create a salon concept that combines high-end service with affordable offerings for all walks of life. The new strategy is paying off. The salon is attracting new clients and its reputation is only growing. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon begin to spend more and more time together, both at work and outside of work. Their relationship becomes more open, and they are not afraid to show their feelings. The co-workers at the salon accept their romance with understanding, and this helps them feel freer. There are no hidden emotions in their work together now, and this makes them even more effective as a professional team. Amidst these successes, Jung-Hyuk decides to further strengthen their market position and suggests opening a second salon in a different neighborhood. Soo-yeon supports this idea, and they start planning how best to develop this project. Opening a new salon is an important step that requires a lot of time and effort. They begin looking for a suitable space, forming a new team, and preparing to make this branch as successful as their main salon. However, as they dive into planning the opening of the second salon, Soo-yeon begins to feel a greater strain. Her involvement in the development of the business has become so significant that she has to take on more and more responsibility. At some point, she realizes that her dream is not only the success of the salon, but also her personal development as a makeup artist. Despite all her success, she begins to wonder if she has lost her focus on the creative side of the profession. One night, when she and Jung-Hyuk are discussing plans to open a new salon, Soo-yeon decides to have a frank conversation about her worries. She confesses that it's important for her to not only grow the business, but also to continue to improve her skills as a makeup artist. She fears that with all these projects, she might lose touch with what has inspired her from the beginning, the art of makeup and the opportunity to help people feel better about themselves through this art. After a candid conversation about Soo-yeon's creative ambitions, she decides to spend more time not only managing the salon, but also developing her skills as a makeup artist. With Jung-Hyuk's encouragement, she begins to take on challenging projects, including working with famous celebrities, which helps her develop as a professional. Clients admire her unique style and approach to makeup, and her reputation in the industry continues to grow. At this time, Jung-Hyuk is focusing on opening a new salon, which should be a logical extension of their success. He is actively involved in preparing the new branch, finding a suitable premises and building a team. So this process takes a lot of time and effort, but Jung-Hyuk is confident that they can pull it off. Soo-yeon, supporting him in this endeavor, continues to offer his ideas on how to make the new salon as successful as their main business. However, another important opportunity arises in Soo-yeon's life. One of her clients, a major cosmetics manufacturer, suggests that she create her own line of makeup products. The offer is unexpected but very tempting. Soo-yeon has always dreamed of not only being a makeup artist, but also of contributing to the beauty industry by creating her own products. This new prospect makes her excited but also doubtful. She realizes that launching her own line of cosmetics will require a lot of effort and may take away from the time she currently devotes to the salon and working with clients. Soo-yeon decides to discuss this with Jung-Hyuk to figure out the best way to proceed. Jung-Hyuk, upon hearing about the proposal, supports her idea of starting her own cosmetics line. He realizes that this is a big step forward in her career, and that this project will bring her not only personal satisfaction, but also a new stage in her development as a professional. Despite the possible difficulties, he suggests that she take a chance and try it out, knowing that she will be able to handle the task. However, Soo-yeon realizes that this project will require more time and energy from her, and fears that she won't be able to devote enough attention to the salon and their projects together. Jung-Hyuk assures her that they can handle it, and that she can focus on her new endeavor while he takes on more responsibility for running the business. This offer helps Soo-yeon make a decision. Launching her own cosmetics line becomes an exciting and challenging process for Soo-yeon. She works with a team of experts to develop the products, paying special attention to details that reflect her unique vision of beauty. Her ideas are based on years of experience working with a variety of clients, and she strives to create products that are suitable for all skin types and are versatile. This project allows her to discover herself as a creative person and explore new horizons in the beauty industry. Meanwhile, Jung-Hyuk is focused on preparing to open a second salon. The new branch requires a lot of effort, and he faces unexpected challenges such as supply delays and personnel problems. However, with Soo-yeon's support, he finds the strength to cope with the difficulties that arise. He realizes that their work together is still the key to success, and despite Soo-yeon's busyness with her new project, they continue to support each other. As the opening of her second salon approaches, Soo-yeon finds herself thinking more and more about the balance between her cosmetics line and her salon work. She realizes that both areas of her life require a lot of time and energy, and sometimes it's hard for her to balance her two projects that are so important to her. However, Jung-Hyuk helps her maintain this balance by taking on more responsibilities in running the salon, so that Soo-yeon can focus on her beauty brand. In parallel, their personal relationship continues to grow. Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon become even closer, their bond growing stronger not only in their professional lives but also in their personal lives. Then they begin to talk seriously about the future, discussing how they can combine their careers and personal aspirations to keep moving forward together. For Jung-Hyuk, who is used to being alone and relying only on himself, this is a new stage in life where he learns to trust and accept Soo-yeon's support. After the opening of the second branch of the salon, Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon's life enters a new phase. Both feel confident in their careers, with Jung-Hyuk happy with the success of the business and Soo-yeon immersed in the development of her cosmetics line, which is attracting more and more attention. However, they realize that success requires constant monitoring and work, and they need to work even harder to maintain their success. At this time, Soo-yeon faces the first challenges in their new project. Developing a cosmetic line that meets her standards of quality and uniqueness proves to be more difficult than she expected. Production delays and technical difficulties make her anxious, but she doesn't give up. Jung-Hyuk, understanding her anxiety, supports her in all her endeavors, helps her with advice and tries to relieve some of her stress. He himself faced similar problems when he started his career and knows how important it is to have someone who understands and supports you. Despite their professional successes, Soo-yeon and Jung-Hyuk realize that their relationship needs more attention. Both are immersed in their businesses, but begin to realize that no matter how passionate they are about their careers, their personal lives should not be put on the back burner. They decide to spend more time together, take a break from work, and focus on strengthening their emotional bond. One night, over dinner, Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon begin to discuss their future. Jung-Hyuk, who has always been focused on business and rarely talked about personal plans, suddenly suggests that Soo-yeon should think about taking their relationship to the next level. He talks about how they have been through many hardships together, and now that their professional lives are becoming stable, it's time to think about a life together. The story ends on a positive note, with Jung-Hyuk and Soo-yeon enjoying what they have accomplished as they continue to grow both professionally and personally. For their combined efforts have led to success, and they are confident that there are even greater achievements ahead of them, which they will conquer together, supporting each other in every new endeavor.